Eins, zwei, drei, vier.
Lust. Lust means lust. It's exactly the same word. The German word and the English word are exactly the same. They mean the same thing. They go back to the same roots. They're spelled the same. Lust and lust. They're just pronounced a little bit differently. They're not even pronounced that much differently. Yet, it's an interesting word for the reason that Germans use it with fewer hang-ups than English speakers and especially Americans do. It's and that's interesting, and I'm not sure whether that's a good or bad thing. And let me explain that. The word lust in English is a dark, mysterious word. It's a big word. It's a frightening word. You know, when we say I lust for, you know, her. It's kind of there's a certain danger to it. That means it's this power that you cannot really manage. You cannot tame it entirely, and you don't know where it's going. It could be really destructive. Lust is is often considered, like it's named in church. It's named as something bad. It's considered a sin. It's one of the seven deadly sins. It's considered sex that is out of control. It's a dangerous, almost a bad word. You would think twice in English before saying it, before using it, but not in German. In German, it's the complete opposite. In German, it's like turning on the light switch. You can lust after ice cream. You can say, "Ich habe Lust auf Eis." I have lust for ice cream. They say that, and it's just normal. It's a normal thing. It means want. It means a desire. It means just kind of I want this. I don't even want it very much. It just I could do without it. I want ice cream, but if I don't I don't have the money at the time. I'm not going to suffer from not having it. You would say I'm lusting in German. I am lusting after a cookie. And it's like, that poor cookie. That's a defenseless. A cookie is completely defenseless against the lust of a man. But in Germany, the word doesn't have any of those connotations, any of that threatening association that it does in English. And that's kind of, in general, the difference between German culture, one of the differences between German culture and English culture, and especially American culture. They have normalized, to a certain extent, not entirely, but they have to a certain extent, normalized human sensuality, the sex drive, the libido. It's all kind of, you talk about it, while having tea. It's not this threat, this dark thing. It's like, paying taxes. You pay taxes and you have sex. That's what you do. And there are advantages to it and disadvantages. The Germans think that it's only advantageous. They think this is a sign that they are enlightened, that they are more modern, that they're not hung up by all these outdated things that the church puts on you. The sin and the prohibitions and you're going to hell and all that. They think that they've overcome this religious morality connected with lust. They haven't, of course. I mean, they have just as many sexual hang-ups as anyone else. You talk about culture of masochism in Germany. You just don't want to go there. But their normalization of human sensuality as something positive. It's like bathing nude at the beach or in the park. That would just, in the sunny day, when we'll just take off their clothes and lay in the park. Americans would be flabbergasted, maybe even outraged. But Germans will say that's a sign of their enlightenment, and they will also say this is what makes us superior to Americans. Americans, they're so prudish and so puritanical. They have so many laws and morals in their minds that they cannot be free. We are liberated because we show the human breast on TV. And that's what they do. They, in prime time, they're allowed to show a female breast on TV. In practice, they don't actually do it. I mean, they do it once, maybe in a soap commercial. But they don't really take advantage of that. Whereas in America, which has all kinds of, you show that, you will be outlawed forever if you show a breast on TV. It's a huge scandal. But at the same time, we make TV shows like Californication, which is about pure sex. It's amazing. It's probably the most intelligent and radical TV series or any kind of media series about sex ever. It's more radical, far more radical than something like Henry Miller and all these things that, Aeneas Nin. It's Californication is cutting edge about sex. You cannot go more further than Californication. But the Germans would never make that. They could never do it. And I don't know if it's because they, deep in their hearts, they are afraid of sex, which is possible, or it's because sex is so normal that they would never have the idea of exploring it in this way. So you got to kind of ask yourself, what is better? Look at Germany, they don't have these hang-ups, but they also, they don't have much fun, it seems to me. And sex is not really, that much of a big thing, really. It's like filling up the tank with gas. So they've made it so uninteresting that they don't create great art about it. So what is better? Lust or lust? You decide.
1, 2, 3, 4.